Hey, this is Diego Yarawi, transformative coach, speaker, and filmmaker. And today I want to invite you to reflect on this message. And it's pretty much the connection that we have between our agreements and our confidence. And I want to focus mainly on our personal agreements and our personal confidence. Because if you see one of the main challenges or problems, if you want to call them like that, is that we're experiencing in humanity nowadays is that lack of self-trust, that lack of self-love that we can translate into lack of confidence or self-confidence. And I'm gonna invite you to realize that you can change that in two single steps. The first one is to become aware of what it's that thought that you're choosing to feed, what it's that belief that you're choosing to feed. And if you remember, I don't know if you saw one of the other episodes that I recorded, and we talk about the different two voices that we experience in our head. It is us, all human beings, we have these two forces. One, we can call it our ego, our critical voice, that voice that is always judging, that is always complaining, that is more connected with a sensation of contraction and anxiety. And the other voice is that voice of wisdom that is more connected and associated with a sensation of expansion, a sensation of serenity and trust. So a lot of times we're not even aware of, what are the voices that we're choosing to feed. So we are in this inner conflict that of course we're sending that contradiction, we're sending that message to the universe, and that's why we're just creating a lot of chaos in our own life. The Toltecas, they call that the mitote. The mitote is when we experience like this crazy place where everyone is saying different things. Imagine a music band where every musician is playing a different song. So that's what we experience a lot of times when we're in this state of confusion, that we're not even aware of what's the dialogue that we're having. So that's the first step. Quiet your mind so you can become aware of what's the real you, what's the real dialogue, what's the real decision that you want to create about your life, about whatever that you are creating in your life. That's the first step. Second step is honor your agreements, because now when you're clear about what you want to create, you make agreements first with yourself, then you can translate those into your relationships. But today we're just paying attention to that relationship that you have with your own dialogue, with your own agreements. And a lot of times we make decisions with our own self, but we don't really honor those. But that's the most important relationship that we have is with ourselves, because based on this relationship we build all those other relationships outside of ourselves. So if you're not able to honor your own agreements, you're not going to be able to honor the agreements with others. If you're not able to trust in yourself, you're not going to be able to trust others. And how important is trust in your life? How important is to trust yourself to create a harmonious, a successful life? Without trust, there's no way that you're gonna be able to create, harmony and success. There's no way it's gonna happen. Not in your life, and you're not gonna be able also to create harmonious relationship if you don't have trust in others. And you're not gonna be able to trust others, once again, if you don't trust yourself. So that's the second step. Please honor your agreements, regardless of how small or big they might look like. That's a great, that if you had lack of confidence, like that's what happened in my own experience. I used to struggle a lot with confidence, and my progress, it's been created by honoring those small agreements that I had with myself. I used to say things like, okay, these things I used to say it to myself. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna call this person, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna stop doing that. Sometimes very simple things that they don't look that important. But anytime I break that agreement with myself, boom, my self-trust, my self-confidence, my self-love was affected. And so in the other way, when I started to really honor those little agreements, my self-confidence start to grow little by little. And then you were able, and I was able to create, stronger agreements with myself, and then building a more solid relationship with myself. So that's the invitation that I'm giving you today. First, remember to be clear about your inner dialogue, and then honor those agreements with yourself so you can honor the agreements with others. Well, I hope this message can bring some light to your life and to your relationships, to your own confidence. And if you feel it, please share it with somebody else who might be, looking to get some clarity on these messages and these situations. And I hope to see you soon. Okay, subscribe to the channel, share it, do your part, and remember to live in love.